Morning. Harrison,
Yes.
do you do you think 139.800 is a support in the 30-minute, 15-minute time frame?
139, 800.
800. Yes.
Um, I don't think so right now, cause maybe like based on the 15 minute, there's like a support here. But to be honest with you, just focusing on like the most recent price action, I wouldn't say there's gonna be any issues around 139 300, 139 800. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like price tried to break above 139.875
Yeah.
before London session, or even you can look at this area that was a resistance around 139.850, and then price tried to break up. Now it's doing a fake out, but
Mm.
very hard to anticipate that price would come down like that. So we'll have to see what happens.
Mm.
Morning, morning. Yeah, it looks like GJ is coming down. No confirmation. Maybe the fact it closed weak bullish, but difficult. 1 hour. Hmm. Yeah, I think the ideal move is going to be sells below 139.450. That's going to be the it's going to be the move there if we can get that. Ooh, look at GJ just dropping now. See if we got any news here this morning. See if we got any news. Nothing that I can see. Nothing that I can see. Let's look at the calendar. Do we have any GDP news this morning? No. We've got some Euro news coming up. PMI. We've got some GBP news at 9:30. But we'll have to see. But yeah, could be doing a retest. But it's at a support now. 139.700 is a support. Yeah. So I think for like sells, gonna wait. You need to wait for some resistance or something like that, because we can't sell now. It's dropping. We'll see what London Open brings. See if it can bring some more bearish volume. I got a buy like 40 minutes ago at 139.87, but I felt so insecure with the way it moved, so I closed it with minus 2 pips. It moved weird today. Well, if you closed out with minus 2 pips, then that's very good. You know, I won't be worried about the way, like, if it moves weird, then the fact that you closed out early just proves that you did the right thing because you weren't comfortable in the trade. So that's good. Had huge lesson yesterday, mate. I was looking for long to correct those huge moves in the London session yesterday. It never did at all. I had huge losses, learned a lot. Learned not every fundamental might get corrected. No huge losses, no learning. Yeah, I mean, I think if you thought it was gonna get corrected, we needed some real confirmation. It just, yeah, it just played around, to be honest. I mean, it came up, it broke above the area to the left, wick down. Next one created a support. So you would have thought from that point, it would have gone up. But then actually, when you look at the hour time frame, the hourly was rejecting this zone. The hourly was rejecting this area. So I mean, yeah, it got pretty hard there. I have to admit, just one of those things, But this is where over trading, over risking, all those things, need to be on point. You got to control the over trading. You got to control, over risking. All these things are really important. Morning, Yuri. Cool name, Yuri. There was another support to the left, 139.870. Yeah, I see that. I mean, I think it was just this zone, like it just failed to break above this zone. So yeah, I mean, it was hard. It was tough. I think a lot of the moves were just had already played out, and then sells played out further on. Morning, folk. If you look at the 4 hour now, 4 hour is rejecting this area to the left hand side. Right, but need to wait. Need to wait. The moment I thought I had good self-discipline, not true at all. You keep on learning more and more in this market. Yeah, man. And, as time goes on, you're going to learn more about yourself as well. If you know that you're going to get FOMO and things like this, sometimes it's just best to just try and stay out of the trade and just sit and watch, just observe and learn that way. Yeah, it's freezing, mate. It's freezing. Okay, I've just plugged it, unplugged it. Any sound there still? It's very strange. Gone? Sound gone? Is it radio again? Is it the radio again? No? Okay. Yeah. Gone. Carry on. Okay. Yeah. Not sure. Not sure what that was. Can you guys tell me what sound that was? Because I mean, I didn't hear nothing from this end. There's no mute. There was nothing playing or anything like that. So that's strange. I don't want to keep getting caught with this radio, man. It's gonna pee me off. It's gonna annoy me. Anyway, all right, cool. So anyway, looking at gold, as I was saying, it was the chipmunk sound. That's very strange. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Well, at least it's gone now. Do let me know if it comes back. Sounded like a duck. Wow, I'll have to have a listen to that on the YouTube. Yeah, I'll check that out in a second and listen to that because that's strange. Okay, yeah, so looking on the 4-hour time frame on gold, it does look like, we created some support, broke above the previous 4-hour over here to continue moving bullish. If we look, we still have further clean candles. Looking at the 1-hour time frame. We also had some consolidation. If we just remove this, neaten this up a bit. So we had some consolidation, price broke up, came down to do like a retest, and then continue bullish. Looking at the 30-minute, yeah, exactly, broke out, did like a retest, and then broke its own high up over here for price to continue further up. So if we look left on the 30-minute time frame, we are approaching a resistance. So we would need to break above 1840 for gold to continue moving bullish, and then it does have clean traffic to around 1857, something like that. So we're gonna look at that. So yeah, we'll see how gold gets on in 12 minutes time, but if it closes above this area and creates some further support like on the 15-minute time frame or anything like that, then it can continue further bullish. It seems to do this downwards, small consolidation, and then price starts to break up, like that. So if we see another one of those, and then, but yeah, we'll see. Let's go back to GJ. Looks like the 15-minute candle closed, and it closed below this area. Closed below 139.715. Obviously, we've got about 12 minutes left to London Open, so we'll see how this candle sets up, right? Because if it closes, like a weak bullish candle, somewhere maybe like below this area, and then the next one breaks the low of that candle, we can continue moving down. So yeah, I mean, that'll be interesting to see. So still a little bit of waiting involved over here. Looking at the Dow, let's clear everything for the Dow. Looking on the daily time frame, it's creating more support to retest the ultra highs that have been created, right? So we'll see if it can continue further. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, so 4-hour created a high up over here. We also have a minor resistance forming right over here. We have a support down over here. And it does look like we're maybe trying to create some support within this range. But we need to break above this little minor 4-hour resistance for US30 to continue bullish. 1-hour time frame, looks like the 1 hour is just consolidating. So if we look left, we can see that there is a resistance right over here on the 1-hour time frame, and it's creating like a support here too, right? 30-minute time frame. Yeah, so looking on the 30-minute, it reached the resistance over here, failed to break above. It's now consolidating. We have a support down over here. So, you know, if price breaks out of this range, we have a range down to 29,780 on the Dow. So let's mark this up. And then for buys, you know, we have clean candle to the left to come up and retest this high that was created. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that goes, but looks like it should continue up. GCAD. Ooh, looks like GCAD broke out bullish. Looking from the daily. Previous daily candle was bearish. Current daily candle is bullish. Maybe doing some form of retest to continue down though. 4 hour. Only thing about the 4 hour is the previous 4 hour candle, it closed back above a support. Looking on the 1 hour, also closed above a support level, previous resistance. So if it starts to create some support in this area here, yeah, this is, so if it creates some support above this zone, I think GCAD is going to continue bullish. Retest this high it made, and then continue moving up to like maybe 1.73500. Right, so it's something we're going to look at. If it closes back below this zone, you know, and GJ goes bearish, GCAD maybe go bearish, then it's a very high chance it's going to correct this move from the Asian and the pre-London to continue moving down. So we're looking at the 15-minute time frame. It's now flipped bearish. It's now flipped bearish. It may continue moving down, but I think a break of the low of the previous 15-minute candle is going to be, yeah, not enough range for that to happen yet. Probably going to wait to see how this candle closes first, this 15-minute candle, because London Open should set us up in a nice way. Moving on to Euro JPY. Let's clear everything here for EJ. Good morning. Looking at the daily time frame, looks like the daily candle closed above this resistance over here. So maybe coming down to do like a retest to continue moving bullish. 4 hour, yeah, 4 hour broke out or broke back above this zone, right? Because we had a support over here, previous resistance. So yeah, maybe the 4 hour needs to do some form of retest to continue moving up. 1 hour time frame. So this is the area that we broke out of, this zone here. So we need to stay above this support for EJ to continue moving bullish. 26,350. We're also trying to break below this minor support right now, which is perfectly fine. And then price made a high up over here. 30-minute. Yeah, so probably need to see if it can create some support above 126,350, but this is the key level that we need for EJ to continue moving bullish. Okay, looking at the FTSE 100, looks like it's doing a similar thing to gold. It may just continue pushing after it's doing, you know, some form of corrective consolidation. Current 4 hour is bullish. We have a high to retest. Looking at the 1 hour, yeah, it's just kind of coming down slowly, edging down, but you know, kind of once it breaks above that first resistance, then you know there's a higher probability it's going to continue up. Do you have like a resistance over here? But it looks like it's trying to create some support right now, maybe for it to continue further. So let's pull this up and then remove this. So yeah, we'll see with FTSE. Let's go back to GJ, because what I want to see this 15-minute candle close like a weak bullish candle, you know, maybe below this area, and then as the next candle breaks the low, you know, you can execute sales, maybe expecting this minor support to break with volume, and then continue down to 139.50 460 is probably going to be a good secondary target there, you know. So probably stop kept above 139.780 to continue down, but I'm probably going to wait the 5 minutes, just because if it does break the low, like, it can continue dropping, but yeah, I think I don't want to get caught in maybe like a new 30-minute pull up. So gonna wait. Yeah, just gonna wait over here the 5 minutes. But I think if it does run, then the entry was the break of the low. You know, that was the entry, and that's just how it goes. Which it can work out, it can play out, but I want to just be cautious here. Coming to the last 5 minutes of London Open, before London Open, that we don't pull back. You know, it's the last few minutes of the 1 hour, the 30-minute. So I'd prefer if it closes like a weak bullish, or even just bearish. Even bearish, maybe somewhere up over here. It's still going to be good, because then you've got a candle closing our direction, a wick to the top, and then you could expect price to continue moving down. Yeah, it looks like it's maybe going to go potentially. Yeah, see, the new 1 hour candle should pull up a bit. New 1 hour candle should pull up, and then, you know, hopefully price will continue moving down. But I am willing to miss these sells right now, to be completely honest. Yeah, don't want to get caught in a pullback. We have a little minor support here too. So as long as this candle closes bearish, I think it paves way for the next candle to continue down. If it closes weak bullish, again, also creates structure for price to continue further down. So we're coming into London Open in 3 minutes. Yeah, see, this is what I was concerned about, was it was going to break this low, and then it was going to retrace in the last couple minutes. Yeah, because if you look at it now, 15-minute candle's trying to close like a weak bullish candle. So we need to wait and see. Looks like the overall 30-minute is closing above this area, which we don't want it to do. Well, I mean, we it's not the end of the world, because we can look for further upside, but I think for sells, we're going to need this candle to close below this area. So yeah. Yeah, it looks like the 30-minute. Yeah, we just need to wait. Just need to wait the 1 minute, and then we can look at it there. But definitely was a good idea not to sell down over here. EJ breaking down. It's coming down to this area here. It's 30 trying to break up. GCAD. Gold's still running. Gold's still running. Gold should just keep on printing bullish. It may pull back, but it, you know, it can just keep printing bullish. Breaking above 1840 now, so it has a clean candle to the left now, so nothing really in its way. So looking at GDP JPY, GBP JPY, 15-minute candle came all the way down to break the low, and then it's now coming up to fill its own wick. So I think there's no sells, no buys right now. It could be like a retest of this area, for price to continue further up. But I want to see, a little bit more confluence there for that to happen. So yeah, looking on the 15-minute time frame, 15-minute candle closed bullish, 30-minute candle closed bearish above this zone. Right, candle closed above this zone. So yeah, I think I think there's no buys, no sells right now. It's a little bit difficult, but it is London Open at this point. Yeah, so I think for a sell, probably want to see some resistance forming. Something like that. But gonna be patient here today, because today is the last day that I can really look for a good trade. Fridays is a day to chill out. So just gonna chill over here. So gold 50-minute candle closed bullish. The next one should just continue. Has no traffic whatsoever. If you look on the 15-minute, even on the 15-minute, it's just clean candle. So see if gold can continue. GCAD closed weak bearish, because we kind of have like a support over here. Yeah, so GCAD kind of created like a support. 30-minute closed above, maybe some form of retest there. So I think if GCAD breaks the high of the previous 30-minute candle, it can continue moving bullish, because this is like a rejection candle, and then the current candles should come up, break the high of that previous 30-minute, and then continue moving up. It's a bit of a strong rejection there. Yeah, looks like London Open hasn't really done much yet, so we'll see. If this 15 closes bearish, possible for shorts or even the break of the low. I think the bearish candle is probably going to be a good idea, maybe. But it depends where it closes as well, because we have this area here. Like I'd want to see like a resistance created, in the sense that, it's like an engulfing strong bearish candle, and then we can anticipate the next one to also continue further down. So yeah, just gonna wait because we already kind of tapped into this minor support here, right? So when we tap into this minor support, because we rejected it, if we create resistance again, then we can continue further down. That's how I see it. But I don't think it's a good idea to sell at the break of the low, to be honest, because stop's gonna be 12 pips. You have like a I think I'm gonna wait for this first 15-minute candle to close, to be completely honest. If it breaks the low, that's up to you, but I won't be getting in if it breaks the low. This candle closed too strong for me to want to take an impulse sell over here. I'd rather wait for this 15-minute candle to close, because the 30-minute can wick down into this zone and then come back up again. So yeah, I want to at least wait for the first 15-minute candle to close. But like I say, that's up to you. You need to have confidence in your analysis. If you want to take a sell at the break of the low, then that's completely up to you. But I want to wait for this 15 to close. Because if the 15 closes, somewhere up over here, like this, then, we can have a stop above this zone and then expect price to continue down. And then if it breaks this minor zone and super target 139.450. But I think it's going to be a good idea just to wait for this first 15-minute candle to close. Yeah. Yeah, it's up to you, man. It's up to you. I mean, if it breaks the low, it can work. It can work, but it can work. So I just wanted to say, if it's anyone's first time on the stream, welcome. I will be doing a Magic Keys giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel, the YouTube channel, and put yourself in a position where you can win free Magic Keys. Don't sell at support, mate. Well, I'm not selling at support until we have a resistance created. Well, I don't know if he's talking to me or someone else or what, but yeah, I mean, this is just a minor support. This is a minor support. We have one bullish 15-minute. That's why I'm not taking sells down over here. I'm waiting for a resistance. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna do. Something like that. I at least want to see a resistance, because it's like I don't know, where's an example? It's like I don't even know where's an example. Well, I don't know. Yeah, don't worry. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just waiting here. Because if, let's say, the first 15-minute candle closes weak, bearish, like this, right? And the next one breaks the high, we have a clean candle to the left-hand side to retest the high that was created, right? Because we created a high up over here at 139.920. Price came up, rejected this area, and then we broke down. If we look on the 30-minute, we have a clean move now to retest this high at 139.920. So that's also something that I'm going to be looking for, because we're at a zone now where, if we're going to reject, if this was a pullback, right, where a better position where more buyers can get in the market, this 15-minute candle may close really weak. Right, and then as the next candle breaks the high of this 15-minute candle, prices should continue up, mirror that candle, and then push up to 139,920. So we're going to see, because, you know, for resistance to be truly created, you know, it needs to close strong. You know, ideally it almost needs to close below this minor support, but I'm willing to accept that it just needs to close like a strong candle. If it closes like a weak candle like it is now, then there's a higher probability, if it breaks the high, that price is going to continue up, because it has a clean candle to the left and to retest the high and maybe even continue on. But we don't know yet. We don't know yet. I think it can create support, proper support, and maybe test the highs. Yeah, I think let's just wait for this 15-minute candle to close, and then we can assess the situation. Oh, there you go. So looks like the 15-minute, once it broke the high of the previous 15-minute candle, starting to push bullish here. I wonder if it will continue up to 139,920. But we'll see. I'm still waiting for this candle to close, to be completely honest. If support created below the level, then buys get invalidated. Correct. If support created below the level, do you mean sells get invalidated? Yeah. I mean, look, this is this area we need to stay above. So if support is created above this area, there's a higher chance of what's happening now to happen. Just I anticipated it based off if this candle closed weak, but looks like that was the move there. Yeah, it looks like that was the push there. Break of the high of the previous candle. Made sense. Made sense. But yeah, it is what it is. So just gonna wait now. 4 hours still hasn't closed yet. You know, we've still got some time. Looking for buys above 0.930. Yeah, I think that's gonna be good. How the range is around 15 pip range. Not bad. Not bad. Looks like it's reacting to this area to the left. Looks like gold is pulling back on the 15-minute time frame as well. Interesting. See if it can create some support to continue further on. Oh, looks like the FTSE did push up bullish there. Yes. Gold coming up. GJ. Looks like GJ is closing below this area here. Closing at this level. Yeah, just interesting to see what it does here now. See what this 15-minute candle does. What's the minimum range that you would accept to trade? It depends, because most of the time I would say, at least 12, 14, 15 pips. But at the same time, like, sometimes the ranges are small, but with volume, you're expecting them to break. So like this range is at 13 pips. But I would expect that with volume, if we had a strong volume with the sells, that zone should break. But not every time. It depends. It's a little bit situational. But most of the time, if a range is too small, I'll stay out of it. In fact, I'm going to pull this up here, because this is still an area that we can have some issues for price going up. So see if it rejects this area, because if you think about it, price has created a low now at 139,700. So if it can create some resistance in this area, then there's a high chance we can retest the low. But yeah, still just got to wait for candles to close. But of course, if this candle breaks the high of the previous 15, then next stop will be 139,930. Well, it's a gold 15-minute close bearish, but with no wick to the top. So it'll be interesting to see if it can create some resistance. Looks like GBP CAD is trying to move bullish after breaking the high of the previous 30-minute. Oh yeah, looks like GJ breaking up. So I think now that it's broken the high, I think we should ignore this zone. Keep it focused on this area now. So yeah, it does seem like it's creating some support to maybe continue on. But yes, I think there's going to be a little bit more waiting involved here today. Well, on a positive note so far today, my gym has opened back up, so I am very excited to get back down there today. Go get myself a haircut. Need a haircut. Bad. Very badly. Ooh, looks like the 15-minute candle is flipping. No, well, we need to wait for it to close. Yeah, I need to wait for the candle to close. Minute candles coming down. I wonder if this is a retest of this area here for price to continue down. We'll see. Especially if the 30-minute closes, you know, like a weak bullish. 1 hour still left. Yeah, gonna wait for this 15-minute candle to close, because if the candle closed bearish, right, if the candle closes bearish, then there's a higher probability that we're gonna come down, retest the low, and then maybe even continue further on. If it closed bearish, I want to take a sell to retest the low, but the range is quite small. Yeah, see, that's the thing that I'm thinking. But I'm also thinking that, okay, well, if you think about it, we're in a range, right? We're in a range, and if this is a retest for further downside, then we should, with volume, break that low. I mean, on the 4 hour, it looks like we're rejecting this zone. So it's, pretty much, as long as we stay below 139.850, right, which is the 4 hour current resistance, then we should continue moving down, because this is our strong level, right? This is our area that we need to stay below for the 4 hour to continue moving down. So I think as long as resistances is created, right, then price should come down and retest this low. I think at worst way, you can secure positions at the low, and then see if you can let like a portion run. But for sells, we need a fairly, yeah, it looks like a rejection candle, but we need to wait for it to close. Like, we can't call it yet. It may just run down and there's nothing we can do, which at that point we'd have to look for sells below 139.700. Yeah, so it does seem like the 15 maybe is not going to close bearish yet. So we will need to wait. It's at the 4-hour resistance, high probability of rejection, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it depends because, where it's setting up, if this 30-minute candle closes, let's say, above 139.850, then it paves the way for the next 30-minute to also continue bullish, which means that, potentially it may not reject here. This 4-hour may come back up, to fill its own high and then continue on. So we just need resistances formed. That's what we need. We need resistances formed, for price to continue moving down. And otherwise, yeah, we don't know yet. If you look at 30-minute chart, it's creating a higher low and higher high now. Yes, that's true. It's still in the trend. It's still in the trend. That's for sure. But, once it starts creating resistance, it paves the way for further downside. But, you can see that the body of this candle, is getting smaller than the previous candle. So, well, not yet. We need to, let me just wait for this candle to close and then we can actually, yes. All right. Gold, what's gold doing? Ooh, gold's coming back in this range, but it's probably some form of like liquidity grab. Gold to continue higher. Dow, GCAD. Ooh, GCAD struggling over there. Broke the high and retracing a little bit. Looks like Euro JPY is trying to stay above 126.360. Okay, so if we look at the 15-minute candle now, 15-minute candle closed like a weak 15-minute candle. 30-minute candle also closed bearish, right? So, I mean, like, yeah, I still probably want to see some resistance because although it closed weak, like, the next candle still can continue moving up. Like, I've seen that happen too. So, yeah, I'm not really interested in taking a sell yet. Although if the sell's gonna happen, if the sell's gonna happen, then the entry is the break of this low to continue down to retest this low. But I think it's going to be a little bit risky. I think it's a little bit risky right now because I've seen this happen, and this kind of breaks the low but then comes up to fill the wick and continues on. So and also a new 30-minute. The 30-minute candle closed bullish. Yes, it closed below the zone. So if we look at the 4 hour, 4 hour still rejecting. 1 hour candle still open. 30-minute candle still open. This current one's open, but if we look at it, it didn't close like a weak. It closed like a strong 30-minute candle. It's just this last 15-minute candle closed like a weak 15. So this candle actually can continue bullish. So I wouldn't recommend the sells on the break of the low. I'm personally going to wait to see if it can create some resistance at least. So yes. But yeah, getting closer and closer every day to reaching my goal, 1,000 subscribers. We're on 921, so getting there. 79 left to go. So thank you to everyone. Thanks to everyone who subscribed, supports what I do, what we do here as a team. So I really appreciate that. So yeah, look, this is the reason why I was not looking for the sells. We needed a candle to close in our direction. Okay, gold. What's gold doing? Gold 15-minute candle closed like a weak 15-minute. 30-minute. 30-minute candle closed bearish. Closed back in that range. GCAD 15-minute closed bearish. So buys get pretty hard now with GCAD. But we're just gonna So yeah, I think it can continue moving up now. Considering that it's moved bullish, it's breaking above the previous high. So it should continue moving up. But I'm in no trade right now. I'm in no trade. Just waiting. Probably going to wait for a break above 139.930, because if you think about it, if we break above that zone, then we have not only a clean candle to the left, maybe coming up to 140.080, or even back up to retest the full high at 142.20, right? But if we look on the higher time frames as well, this would be the current candles, closing above the previous 4 hour support. If we look on the daily time frame, I think that will mean that this candle will just continue pumping up, because this candle came all the way down to break the low of the previous daily, but then closed all the way up at 139.400. So if this candle kind of breaks its own high, I think it's going to come up and fill the wick and maybe even continue moving on. But we need to see, because if it starts to break its own low, this daily candle, then we're going to come down and we're filling this wick. So a couple things to look out for. Couple things to look out for. Still a lot of waiting involved. That's for sure. Ooh, candle flipping bearish after breaking the high. Ooh, look at this 15-minute candle now. Ho, ho, ho. See, even if you had sells, when the candle first broke the low, your sells would have been stopped out anyway. But looks like it's coming down now. So these were pretty difficult to anticipate. These were very difficult to anticipate. So it's going to be, we're going to have to look for something probably below 139.700 now at this point. Unless this candle, comes up and then closes somewhere probably here, will give us an entry point, but yeah, it's tough. Yeah, looks like that was the play. It just happened that it broke the high and then continued down, so nothing we can do about it. Nothing. So yeah, as it's coming down, 1 hour, it's trying to flip bearish. So yeah, maybe have to be some form of like impulse entry, somewhere once we start breaking below. Look at the 1 hour now. Incredible. Yeah, if this 30-minute closes bearish, I know we have an area here, but maybe some form of like impulse entry. Oh no, I'm gonna wait. Let's just wait. Let's just wait for this 15-minute candle to close, and then we can reassess. But right now, it's really kind of come down to the low point. But yeah. I had a sell at the break of the week, bullish 15-minute candle, but I got stopped out. Do you think it was a bad trade? I think so, yeah, because it broke the low really early on. And what I was saying is that I've seen that happen before, where it comes up and it does end up filling the wick. It just so happened that it did that and then decided to flip bearish. So if you'd, I don't know, if you'd wait for it to create a top wick technically first, then you could have caught it when it came back down to that area. But I still think like I wouldn't be worried about it because that's pretty hard. I personally, I think it wasn't the best idea. I know it closed really weak, and that signals that there wasn't enough buyers in the market, and that if it breaks the low, it should continue down, and it's definitely the right idea. The idea is not wrong, but the reason why I was skeptical, because if you look at the actual 30-minute candle close, a strong 30-minute, right? So what can happen is if it breaks the high of the previous 30-minute candle, it can continue moving on. So I was always going to be a little bit skeptical. When you see a strong 30-minute candle, you at least want to see the first half of the next candle close in your direction. I think that's a good rule, because that's going to stop things like that happening. You would have got stopped out and then went your way, and then you're all annoyed. Whereas I'd rather just miss it and then wait for something better with more confidence, more confluence. Yeah. I think we can definitely reach 135.580 here today. Stop loss gonna be at least 20 pips. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna wait to see the next 15-minute candle. See, I don't know. I'm just gonna wait over here. Yeah, because now we've already retested this low, so I'm gonna wait to see, you know, how we react. But you know, we've created this zone here now. So this is the area. Remember, we need to stay below for the 4-hour to close bearish. So we may consolidate for a bit and then break down. Four hours looking stronger now. So yeah, it's coming down to the low point. So we got a minute left. Perhaps should wait for wick to fill, and then if it breaks the low, take short. Not during the first few seconds. Yeah, I don't know yet. I'm not sure yet. I need to kind of like see how it closes and, you know, go from there. Because now we've reached support. I don't want to get caught in a range. So it's either going to be some form of impulse entry on the break of the low of, you know, this previous 15-minute. You know, if it wicks up first, and then comes down and breaks the low, that's probably going to be, you know, like a good impulse entry. But it's obviously a little bit risky, you know, for price to continue moving down. So if you look at the 30-minute, yeah, it definitely can do. It definitely can do. So we'll see. So if we're gonna take shorts, I mean, like, it's gonna be a riskier sell. We have to accept it's gonna be a riskier sell. We close that support, but if the next candle does break the low of the previous candle, then it can continue moving down. I'm just thinking, you know, don't want it to break the low and then retrace again. So it is coming down. So yeah, I think if it wicks up a little bit more, because then it gives us a little bit more confluence that the first half of the candle's trying to move bullish, and then, like, you know, the second half of the candle is trying to break the low and then continue down. It's gonna be better, you know, than trying to take a sell. Yeah, so just gonna wait. either way, you know, the 30-minute candle's closing bearish. You know, could wick up the next one and then break the low of that 30-minute to continue down. So just a bit of waiting still. But this is good. Didn't break the low to start with, so no FOMO. No FOMO. It's pushing up. We still have support level 139.675. 139.675. Yeah, I think this minus support's going to be okay. Because we came down, we tapped into it once. Came down, tapped into it twice. Came down, tapped in 3 times and rejected. So if we break this area, then I think we're going to continue down. But if you look at this retracement now, you know, sells are becoming harder and harder. So if it breaks the low now, the stop's going to be about 8 pips. Be nice if we have maybe some weak bullish close as well. Could work. Something that could work. But yeah, it looks like it's created like a liquidity wick over here. So I definitely think if it breaks the low of the previous candle now, at this point, it should continue moving down. So yeah, always nice to see creating the top wick first. Gives us a bit of confluence. Weak bullish close here would be neat. Yeah, weak bullish close would be better, actually. Because then the overall 30 minutes closing strong. Next one can wick up, break the low of that 15 minute, continue down, and then boom, perfect. I would prefer that too, but I think if it breaks, is the low of the previous candle here, then I think we're going to continue down. So if it does that, I'm going to execute sells and see if we can have a good day here today. So it's coming down to break the low. It's coming down. There we go. Executed the sells. Moved a little bit quick there, but that's okay. So going to keep the stop above, obviously, the current candle for like 9 pips. And then target 139.580. So yeah, remember this is, you know, a little bit more of a riskier entry. So really going to obviously be cautious with risk and stuff. Really want this candle to, you know, at least close bearish, but it should be good in this point, I think. But it does this a lot. It comes up, breaks the high, might pull up a bit. So we just have to be willing to let it do its thing. Yeah, it did that to me the other week. Broke the low, pulled up, and then continued in the right direction. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the 5 minute closed strong. So can only really wait, see. But yeah, if you're not comfortable in this trade, don't take the trade. That is, you know, that's the rule of thumb here. If you're not comfortable, don't take the sell. You know, Just remember though, at the end of the day, like these live streams, they're not here for other people to copy. They're here for me to take my trades, and you know they're here for learning purposes. So I am comfortable in these cells. So yeah, I think based on the 5 minute, like it should continue down. It does this a lot, but just gonna wait. I would prefer weak bullish and 30-minute close. Yeah, I would have preferred that, but it gave me the, you know, gave me the impulsive entry and executed, and that's it. Yeah. Just too many times I've been caught where I take the sell, it pulls up, you know, I get a little bit panicky, because it pulls up, and then it continues, you know, and then I'm like, oh man, it just retraced. So I'm gonna have confidence in the execution, and you know, just manage risk accordingly, and that's it. So yeah, obviously it's pushing up a little bit here, which is not great, but hopefully, yeah, I don't know, gonna wait. Could be a big liquidity grab, who knows. But I will admit it's not looking good at this point. Oh, look at that. Looks like a full position stop out there for 8 pips. Yeah, it got stopped out. Man. Oh well. Is what it is. Yeah, looks like an 8 pip loss there to start the day. Yeah. See, you know, taking the entry, like it works out, you know, majority of the time, so not really worried. Just gonna have to wait and see at this point then. Yeah, looks like the 5 minute broke the high of that previous 5 minute. But yes. Very interesting. See, because the last time that happened, you know, the candle flipped bullish again after I executed, and I closed 50%, and then the full position ended up, you know, running into profits, and I was like, oh, you know, why did I do that? So, you know, it looks like it's trying to flip bearish again. Yeah, maybe a little bit unfortunate there, because it just broke the high on that 5 minute candle, and then because it can still go, yeah, it's probably gonna go now. So we'll see. Yeah, gonna have to wait. Think of it If it comes down again, you know, in the last couple of minutes, then that's it. Ooh, looks very erratic there now. Ooh, damn. Look at that. That must be news. Any money, that's news. Because that was some erratic candle right there. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Look at that. Well, there you go. Yeah, so the sales didn't play out. You need to change the properties there. Just change this. Set at minus 8 pips. Yeah, a bit annoying there. Bit annoying. So it looks like we're gonna have to wait for the overall 30-minute candle to close. Moved a bit erratic there, didn't it? Moved very quick. So we'll see. Looks like if the 15 can close like a weak bullish candle, and then the next one breaks the low of that, then we can continue moving down. So we'll see. Because the 30 minutes closing bearish, so next one should wick up and then hopefully fill these wicks and then continue down. Yeah, price is moving a bit volatile here at the sec, but it looks like it's closing a weak 15 minute, so probably didn't have the wrong idea, but closing super weak now. So yeah, hopefully next candle is just gonna wick up, break the low, and then we can continue moving down. And that we can give the sells a second chance. Always never seen price move like this before. So yeah. So it looks like the 30-minute candle closed bearish, you know, closed below this minus support, but we have this area here obviously to the left hand side, which is probably why we want to see the break of the low of this 15-minute candle for price to continue down. What's going on, mate? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I thought that, yeah, I thought I had some news over there, just the way it was moving. It moved so quick, I was like, oh, I wonder if that's news. Wow, you're scalping heavy. Yeah, we scalp heavy. Yeah, it's the first time in a long while that I've had a full position hit stop loss. But it is what it is, man. I think a drop's coming, but just because a lot of liquidity is being generated. You know, and we're coming into what, the last hour of the 4 hour. You know, so yeah. Hopefully, if we can break the low over here, keep a stop maybe somewhere above this zone, and then expect price to continue moving down. It's gonna be the game plan. So what happened on the 5 minute there? Oh, look at this 5 minute candle. Like, how does that make sense? That makes no sense. Look at gold. Oh, looks like gold did create some support. Trying to close back above this range. I think gold should continue down. GJ. Yeah, looks like a break of the low of this 15 is going to be the second chance for sells. So GJ is coming down. Just needed to break the low of the previous 15. I'd prefer to see 139.640 break as a previous 4 hour low than look for an entry on GJ. Yeah, it's up to you. It's completely up to you. I just think looking at it now, like, you know, obviously I had the anticipation because we broke the low that GJ should continue down. But I mean, I think, I think if it breaks the low now, considering, you know, we had this huge liquidity grab, I think it should continue down from that point. But it looks like, yeah, because if you look at the 30 minute also closed bearish, right? You know, it closed bearish at this area. So we need some form of volume, and volume's going to come when, you know, we break this low. So I think the mistake was made because it was an impulse entry. Obviously, it's a riskier entry, but yeah, I don't know. I think I had the right idea there. It just didn't play out that one time, because I took 2 of those sells the other week. They both played out. And then the mistake that I made with those 2 sells was, you know, when the candle came down, broke the low, and then flipped bullish, you know, I'd be immediately closing like 50% of the position. And then what would happen is it would flip it, but then it would, you know, continue, right? But yeah, just today, like, just the mistake that I thought I made last time and tried to rectify today just looks like it didn't want to play out. Bro, I like your stream. Good luck and wish you more and more. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Do you do analysis on every pair on the live session or just a chosen few? Because I think this is a nice way to exchange views with others. I just do analysis on these pairs. So gold, GJ, US30, GCAD, EuroJPY, FTSE 100. Oh, we look at EuroJPY. FTSE 100, right? So if you want another pair looking at, then you're more than welcome to send a chart and definitely check it out for you. But yeah, these are just the pairs that I will pull up on my screen. So looks like GJ is trying to come down. If it breaks this low, I'll be given the sells second chance, keeping the stop above the current candle. So kind of like the 30-minute low also, I suppose. Yeah, I think it's really important though, like, what with the when price came up and hit full stop loss, there was nothing I could have done apart from when the candle flipped, reduce the risk. But that mistake I made last week and it just didn't play out. Looking at the 5-minute now, I think the sells are just slowly fading for the minute. Maybe it's gonna be need to wait for at least the first 15 to close, or I don't know. You've got my subscription. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate everybody who's subscribed to the YouTube channel there. Okay, so last 5-minute candle now. Oh, what the hell happened there? Yeah, it looks like these cells are just fading away. Yeah, it would seem as if so. I mean, if this flips, that's going to be one almighty 5-minute candle. Magic key. My magic keys arrived yesterday. Very impressed. Nice, man. Yeah, awesome. Or perhaps the liquidity grab to go down last few minutes. Sometimes it just drops hard. Yeah, that's true. I have a sell stop placed below the previous 15. If it does decide to break that and then continue down. I mean, as we're coming into the last 3 minutes, like, if it breaks the low now, like, you know, it really should continue. You know, it doesn't really have, yeah. If it breaks the low in the last 3 minutes, like, we should see a nice push. And I say should. But with GJ, you just, yeah, I suppose you just never know. Yeah, we'll see. Last 2 minutes, flipping bearish. Just trying to push down now. Oh, it's coming down. See if the sell stop gets activated. Last 1 minute. A worse way, if it closes bearish at support, you know, I'm not saying, you know, to take the sell then, but essentially, like, that's an, you know, good confirmation that it should continue. Put a little green line or something there for the minute. That's where the sell stop's placed. Yeah, if you look at the previous candles, like, they're respecting the the low, sorry, of each candle. So if we break this low, then we'd be violating structure. So yeah, last 40 seconds, I highly doubt it's gonna do the move at this point. Yeah, coming into like the last few seconds here. So the 15's closing bullish. It's kind of closing like a weak bullish, but to be honest, GJ just kind of ranging right now. Yeah, I think even if we look at the 5 minute, it just doesn't really yeah, it doesn't really give way for. I think the only thing that's possibly going to happen is, you know, if the 30 minute breaks the previous 30 minute low, that's the point at which price should drop. So I'll probably leave the sell stop for a minute. Just see if this is going to do like a deep push. Yeah, I think the sells are just slowly fading away at this point. I think price is just ranging right now. Yeah, since it's broken the high now, I'm gonna remove the sell stop at this point. Yeah, sell stop has been removed. So yeah, GJ just ranging right now. Nothing to do. Nothing to do. Yeah, there's no sells on GJ now, guys. It's just ranging. Gold also coming down. Buys just struggling there. There's news in 10 minutes. What news is there? Oh yeah, I think there's yeah, there's some PMI news, but I think, yeah, to be fair, I think that's what caused the euro to be a little bit volatile. So maybe the same for GJ. Maybe it is waiting for the news here in 7 minutes. Coming to the last half an hour of the 4 hour as well. So remember, we need to stay below 139.820 for the 4 hour to continue bearish. wonder if this candle's gonna just break out. Yeah, can't really take a sell now because, you know, where's stop gonna be? It's gonna be a little bit too big. But yeah, I think this is gonna be one of those candles that just erratically breaks out. Yeah, in the last 5 minutes. The last 5 minute candle. But we'll see. Yeah, I think at this point price is just definitely ranging. Ooh, look at this. Because we are coming into the last 30 minutes of the 4 hour. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. I highly doubt in the last 4 minutes we're going to break down. But if it does, that'll be mad. Yeah, don't worry, I haven't forgotten the PMI news. I think it's come out. Oh no, it's coming out in 3 minutes. Yeah, I need to go make some food in a sec. Ooh, look at gold. Gold taking a serious dive here. Yeah, looks like these candles are closing, you know, very weak. We could see another situation like this, you know, just see one big candle just break out of this zone and continue down. Very potentially. So it looks like the 30-minute candle is maybe closing like a weak bullish candle. Is the sell stop back on? Coming into the last 30 minutes. I prefer it close a weak bullish, to be completely honest. Okay, so the news should have come out. See, the 30-minute candle did close a weak bullish candle. So let's just check the news here, quick time. It was no idea. Doesn't want to tell me. Oh, it's positive. Positive news. But we saw that yesterday. There was positive news, but it pushed pound down. So, strange. Yeah, I think if we break the low of the 30-minute candle now, I think price is going to continue down at that point. So I think the second chance for sells is going to be a break of the previous 30-minute low, because then, you know, we had this, if you can see, they're all respecting the lows. So this would be a violation of market structure, and then I think it's going to be good to continue down at that point. But obviously we need to see it actually break the low first, because right now it's actually trying to push up. Oh, that's the sells out of the water now. Yeah, there's no sells, there's no buys, there's nothing now. If it drops from here, I'm not going to be taking it. Stop loss is going to be slightly too big. Stop will be a little bit too big, I think. What would the stop be? Stop would be, I suppose only 10 pips. I thought it was going to be slightly bigger. I don't know. Last 27 minutes of the 4 hour as well. Yeah. Don't know what you guys thinking there on the YouTube. It's a little bit big of a stop loss. Well, no, not really big of a stop loss, but it feels bigger because this range looks big and these candles look big, but they're actually not. I've just realized. But yeah, I mean, looking at it now, like if it breaks this low, like we should be off to the races, technically speaking. Yeah. So it is coming down. Yeah, I think if it breaks the low of the previous 30, it's gonna go downtown. Yeah, it does seem like it. It does seem like if we break this low, we're gonna head off. But it's very it is very very choppy today. That's true. Yeah, it is true. Interesting. Yeah, the only one thing I would say about a close, and I totally agree, like a close is gonna be better. But if we look at the actual candles, right, and we look at these wicks, they're all respecting the high of the previous. Sorry, they're making higher lows, right? So if we break the low right over here, there's a very high probability that price is going to continue down at that point because we're breaking this structure. So I think a break of the low is going to be a good idea personally, because I think with a close you're accepting that you may miss it. Now obviously with the impulse you're also accepting that you may be early, and yeah, see, if it didn't do this, I'd be more inclined to wait for a close. But I know that, when I've seen this happen before, the minute it breaks that low, there has to be volume to break this because they're respecting the lows. They're making higher lows. So there needs to be volume. There needs to be volume. But if it respects this low, then there's no volume for it to go down. It may even be wait, for the 15-minute to close. Can also work. But if we look at the 5-minute, I mean, they're constantly rejecting this zone. Oh, looks like GBP CAD did continue moving bullish. Yeah, it did continue moving bullish. Yeah, if you look at the 1 hours, they're just respecting the lows and yeah, this is probably what I should have waited for to start with, to be completely honest. And then now, if it breaks the low, would have been the ideal entry. But yeah, gonna have to look at this one again. Yeah, I think the cells are just fading, you know, because 30-minute, yeah, still open, but the 15-minute candle, it's got 3 minutes left to close. Yeah, I don't know at this point. Here's the, oh, just broken the low on the 30-minute candle. So we broke the low on the 30-minute. So I did give the cells a second chance now, right? So I think the best confluence is going to be if the 15-minute candle can close below as well in 1 minute's time, is also going to be good. Yeah, if the 15-minute candle can close below, that's also going to be good. But the 30-minute did break the low, so we just have to see if it can do its thing. But sometimes, you know, the 15 may close at this area, and then the next one as it breaks the low to continue down. So I'm just obviously going to wait the 1 minute for this candle to close. But if it closes bullish, then I think I'm just going to close everything. I'm not looking to sit in, you know, like a drawdown or... Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it. So yeah, I'm willing to give the cells a second chance. But kind of only based on the basis that, you know, we broke the low on the 30-minute. So it should continue down. If it doesn't, then, man, today is not the day. Today is not the day. Yeah, it looks like the 15-minute candle is pulling up. So if this 15-minute candle closed bearish, then the sells will be held, because I've seen this happen before. The candle closes at support. Okay, so the 15-minute candle did close at support, so I'm still in the sells. So I'm just kind of expecting now the 30-minute to continue bearish, because the 15-minute candle closed at support. So as long as this 15-minute candle breaks the low of the previous 15, I think the sells are going to be good and still valid. Okay, so it's coming down to break the low. It's broken the low on the 15-minute time frame. 30 minutes now officially broken the low. Yeah, if it breaks the high of this 5-minute candle, then I'm probably just going to close the full position, to be completely honest. If it breaks that 5-minute high, because it should respect that 5-minute high if we're going to continue down. because we've broken the lows of everything now. So it would be real silly for it to do that. Could be some liquidity grab, but I don't particularly want to have a situation where I, take a full second loss, so I really need it to respect that high of that 5 minute. It's going to be really important, because now it's gotten above, well, below everything. The 30 minute broke the low, the 15 minute broke the low. So yeah, just gonna be extra cautious here, to be completely honest. If I take a second loss, it is what it is, I'm afraid. Call it a day, call it a week, and that's it. Probably not the strongest close to the week, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, it doesn't look good at this point. It's not looking good. Yeah, there we go. Broke the high of that previous 5 minute candle. Not really liking it. No other position to reduce risk. That is it. I'm done for the day. So got out there with a 5 pip loss. Don't like it. Not interested now. That is me done. Two losses to end the week. Wow. Not the best. Obviously you need to change that. Yeah, not the best day today, it would seem. It broke the low of the 30 minute, it broke the low of the 15 minute. Yeah. That's it. My 2 trades are done for today. And yeah, 2 losses. Not great. Not great. Okay. Where still bullish structure, intern day ranging between 140,800. Would have to see a break and close above 140,800 buys, and a close below 139,500 safer sells. Yeah, see, look at it now. Broke the high of the 5 minute, would have stopped me out. Yeah, glad I got out of that one early. Just playing around today. Not interested. So, yeah. It's disappointing. It is disappointing, considering I had a good week running up till then, today. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So, yeah. Anyway, sales are completely out at the moment. 2 impulse entries, both losses. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go make a drink. I'm not trading anymore at this point, so all my trades have been taken. My week is complete. So let's mute this. So yeah. Alright guys, I'm gonna go make a drink and I'll be back in about 5 minutes time. going on, guys? GJ just looks an absolute mess right now. Yeah, it looks like it's one of those days. One of those days it just moves erratically and choppy like this. So, yeah, not really liking anything. Yeah. Yeah, probably gonna call it a day here soon, guys. I can't even lie. My trades are done. My trading day is done. It's just ranging. It's super hard. Like, it's breaking highs, it's breaking lows, and yeah, just that's it for me, to be honest. I'm gonna have to call it a week at this point with the small bit of profit that I did make, despite the 2 losses today. So obviously I'm not going to rely on a Friday to make back any losses at this point. So yeah. Yeah, because even the 30 minutes, look, they were closing weak. They were closing below this area. You know, that one broke the low, but it broke the high, and just, yeah. It's just messy. I think the only thing to do at this point is to wait for a close. I'd like it to come down to 139,500 and see how it reacts. Potential buyers, we'll see. Yeah, I suppose the structure's still bullish as well. So maybe it's just gonna continue running and make it very difficult for anyone to get in, which it would seem. I think if it breaks this high, it's gonna continue up. But I think the impulse entries are killing people today. I think a lot of people would have got hurt with the impulse entries because we rejected here on the 4 hour. Like, you know, I was really expecting price to continue down, but maybe this 4 hour needs to create a top wick first before it comes down. You know, maybe with the 1 hour, I don't know. But yeah, I'm just not really liking it at all now. Like, so yeah, probably gonna call it a day here in a second, guys. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit early, but just, yeah. The fact I've taken 2 losses, you know, just don't want to be sitting here on the charts like, you know, don't want to be getting any FOMO or anything like that. So you do have to, you do have to know when to call it a day. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little roundup, you know, check out all the pairs, and then I'm gonna call it a session here soon. So looking on gold, looks like gold obviously came back to this area to create some support. So I think, you know, maybe gold can come up to retest the high, but yeah, it's a little bit stronger bearish momentum at the second. Obviously GJ's being GJ today. You know, we've got US30 sells did play out down to that support. So look on the 15-minute time frame. We had a weak 15-minute candle close. Next one broke the low and then continued down. GCAD, obviously we discussed the buys that played out there. Even if you waited for this resistance to break, let's look on the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, so the 15-minute candle broke above resistance, did a little retest, and then yeah, it did continue moving up. So I think GCAD buys were the play today. Yeah, EuroJPY sells also played out. FTSE, yeah, didn't really kind of broke up and then it's corrected it. But yeah. Yeah, next week, a new week, we're gonna make it big. No overtrading. Yeah, I don't want to overtrade because I had a really great week to start with, and then literally up until today, it was going really well, and then today's just been a bit of a setback. Like, not gonna lie, just between me and you guys, like, it's affected the psychology a little bit. I had to go outside, make a little drink, because having a full position hit stop loss is something that I didn't want, and then giving the trade a second chance, when the 30-minute broke the low, because we were looking at the structure, and when it breaks this low, it should have had a lot of volume to continue down, but second trade didn't play out. And then it's like, if it was the start of the week, I'd have been alright, because then I'm like, okay, now if I just stay disciplined and keep doing what I'm doing, I can the week can turn itself around. But to start off good and then end with 2 losses is, it's a little bit hard on the psychology there. So gonna have to take a look at what went wrong today, and just kind of go from there, really. But yeah, I want to wait to sell if it closed below 139.450. Yeah, I think that was the best place for sells. Obviously, this was the best place for sells because it had a clean range to support. But I don't know if we're going to get there, to be honest with you. Looks like it's trying to break up. So, yeah, well, there we go. Now it's pushing up with I think the only confirmation was the 1 hour creating a support. That was it. That was the only confirmation, was the 1 hour creating a support. Otherwise, it just was just too difficult to anticipate. So yeah, anyway guys, I'm gonna call it a day here now. Thanks very much for coming. I know we haven't got a lot of people, but I'll just remind anyway. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube, please make sure you're subscribed. We'll really appreciate that. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. There will be a free Magic Keys giveaway. We're only about 70 away now, so hopefully by next week we should have that. But I think GJ, being honest, I think it's going to continue up, obviously, looking at it now. But I mean, like, the best buys are going to be above 139.930, because then you have a clean candle to the left for 15 pips up to 140.080, which would be good. So yeah, anyway, thank you very much, guys. Wish you all luck for the rest of the day. No over trading. I mean, I don't know if people took the same trades, but if you did, like, I'm calling it a day. I would be calling it a day if I was you. I'm calling it a week at this point. So as annoying as it is to finish off on a bad note, I just got to take it on the chin and come back next week, and just always look to improve. I may be good, but I'm not the best, and just working every day to be the best, and that's it. So yeah, thanks very much, guys. I'll see you all next week. Oh, tomorrow. Sorry, see you all tomorrow.